The distress beacon pierced through the void of space, its desperate signal reaching Earth's communication arrays on a Tuesday morning that would forever change galactic history. Ambassador Kira stood before the United Earth Council, her face grave as she delivered the translation of the alien message that had arrived just hours before. "The Vex Collective has breached our final defensive line," she read from the holographic display. "Our homeworld of Nexus Prime burns. We are the last free colony of our species. Please, anyone who receives this message, we beg for assistance. We offer all our technological knowledge in exchange for military aid. We are losing this war." The council chamber fell silent. Humanity had only recently achieved faster-than-light travel, and first contact with alien civilizations had occurred. Nearly 5 years prior, the Nexari had been among the first species to welcome humans into the galactic community, sharing their advanced medical technology and helping establish trade routes. President Martinez leaned forward in his chair. "How long do they have?" "Admiral." Brooks consulted his tactical display. Based on the transmission's timestamp and the battle reports embedded in the message, perhaps 6 months before complete occupation. "What do we know about this Vex Collective?" asked Defense Minister Hayes. Kira pulled up another hologram showing a map of the local galaxy. Red markers indicated Vex-controlled territories. They're a machine intelligence that converts organic matter into computational substrate. They've already consumed 17 star systems. Their expansion pattern suggests they view all biological life as resources to be harvested. The president stood and walked to the large viewport overlooking Earth's bustling cities. "The Nexari helped us when we needed it most. Their medical technology saved millions during the plague outbreak 3 years ago. We have a moral obligation to respond. Sir, with respect, we're talking about deploying our entire military force across interstellar distances," Admiral Brooks cautioned. "We've never attempted combat operations on this scale." President Martinez turned back to face the council. "Then we'll learn quickly. Begin immediate mobilization of all available military assets. I want our best strategic minds working on this around the clock." Within 72 hours, the largest military operation in human history was underway. The first expeditionary fleet, commanded by Admiral Thompson, consisted of 200 warships carrying over 50,000 soldiers, engineers, and support personnel. The fleet's flagship, the Earth vessel Defiant, carried experimental weapons that had never been tested in actual combat. Captain Ryan stood on the bridge of the Defiant as the fleet prepared to jump to hyperspace. The engineering teams had worked tirelessly to upgrade the human vessels with Nexari shield technology and navigation systems. It was a fusion of human military doctrine with alien defensive capabilities. "All ships report ready for jump," announced Communications Officer Davis. "Take us out," Admiral Thompson ordered. The journey to Nexus Prime took 3 weeks. During the voyage, human forces trained relentlessly in zero-gravity combat, studied Vex tactical patterns, and prepared for a war against an enemy they had never faced. The Nexari had provided detailed intelligence about Vex technology, but nothing could fully prepare them for what awaited. When the human fleet emerged from hyperspace at the edge of the Nexus system, they found a battlefield unlike anything in their experience. Massive Vex constructs, each the size of a space station, orbited the planet like metal vultures. The machines had converted asteroids into weapons platforms and were systematically bombarding the planet's surface. "My God," whispered Navigator Johnson as the scope of the destruction became clear. Admiral Thompson studied the tactical display. The Vex had numerical superiority, but their formations followed predictable patterns. "They fight like machines," he observed. "No creativity, no adaptation to unexpected tactics." "Admiral, we're receiving a transmission from the planet," reported Davis, the viewscreen filled with the image of a Nexari commander, his blue-scaled face bearing the marks of Exhaustion and desperation. Human vessels, you came. We did not dare hope. Commander Vale, this is Admiral Thompson of the United Earth Forces. We're here to help. What's your tactical situation? The Vex have established a blockade. Our remaining ships are trapped in the upper atmosphere. We have perhaps days before they begin the final assault. Admiral Thompson nodded grimly. Understood. We're going to break their blockade. Prepare your forces for a coordinated strike. The Battle of Nexus Prime began at dawn local time. Human forces employed tactics the Vex had never encountered, while the machines focused their attention on the obvious threat of direct assault. Smaller human vessels used stealth technology to infiltrate behind enemy lines. The humans had learned from studying Earth's military history, applying lessons from ancient naval battles to space warfare. Captain Miller led a squadron of fighters through the debris field of destroyed Nexari vessels, using the wreckage as cover. Remember, we're not trying to match their firepower, he reminded his pilots. We're trying to disrupt their coordination. The turning point came when human engineers managed to hack into a Vex command construct. Instead of trying to destroy it, they introduced a virus that spread throughout the machine network, causing confusion and system failures. The Vex, accustomed to perfect coordination, began making tactical errors. As the battle raged, more human reinforcements arrived. The second and third expeditionary fleets had been dispatched from Earth, along with volunteer vessels from human colonies. What had begun as a rescue mission had evolved into humanity's declaration that they would not allow organic life to be extinguished by machine intelligence. The final Vex construct fell after 6 days of continuous fighting. As the mechanical debris rained down on Nexus Prime's atmosphere, the surviving Nexari emerged from their underground shelters to witness their liberation. Standing on the bridge of the Defiant, Admiral Thompson watched the celebration taking place on the planet below. Communications Officer Davis approached with a message. Sir, we're receiving transmissions from across the galaxy. Dozens of species are requesting assistance against Vex expansion. It seems word of our victory has spread. The Admiral looked out at the stars, knowing that humanity had just announced its presence to the galaxy in the most dramatic way possible. They had answered a call for help, and in doing so, had unleashed their greatest strength, their refusal to abandon those in need. President Martinez's voice crackled over the communication system from Earth. Admiral, the Council has approved the formation of a permanent galactic defense force. It appears we're no longer just defending Earth. We're defending all organic life. As the human fleet prepared for the next battle, they carried with them the knowledge that they had found their purpose among the stars. They were no longer just another species reaching for the cosmos. They were the guardians who answered when others called for help.